Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Tangy stream. Welcome Boom Slayer. For those who are new here, I'm Tangy the Turtle Friend. I am I'm the former mascot of an orange soda company gone wrong. How's it, Tangy? Hello, welcome, Kira, welcome back. Hello, Hamburger Coon, welcome back. Yay. Yeah, so I actually wasn't even going to do a US IdolFest recap stream originally, but it was such a crazy weekend that I feel like I had some stories to tell, so I wanted to actually do an US IdolFest recap stream. Gosh, it's only been like a week, but it feels like a million things has happened since I last streamed, so, yeah. But I'm happy to be back again. Kind of another interesting thing that happened was on Sunday, I debuted on Irium. Thank you for those who went and checked that out. It was actually a lot of fun. I'll talk about that a little bit more. I'm too tall. Hold on. Let me make myself shorter. Okay. Yeah, gosh, where do I even start? I mean, I feel like something happened Thursday that was kind of interesting, but I can't remember right now. I also, I went out for Halloween, so I actually didn't attend IdolFest all 3 days. I actually went on Saturday morning until Sunday evening. But honestly, just that small amount of time was enough for me to like really experience US IdolFest, I think. So I actually arrived Saturday morning, and I was unfortunately running a little bit later than I thought I would, because I was trying to make it for Mint's concert. For those who don't know, US IdolFest, just to give a bit of background, is formerly Northwest IdolFest, and this is their first year in California. So they moved down to Redondo Beach, which is like just south of LAX in LA. And it was at a hotel. It was at this like kind of small hotel. Hello, Chicken Okabe, welcome. It was at this little hotel, and honestly, overall, it really gave me like Off-Kai Gen 1 vibes. I think there actually is some crossover in Off-Kai staff and IdolFest staff, so maybe that makes a bit of sense, but this year was the first year that the IdolFest had a lot of VTubers. So they had Mint was their biggest VTuber guest, and she had a concert, and then she worked with VTuber fan events to have a meet and greet where you could take checkies with her, which is super cool. And then they had V-Fleet, and then they had Stellarverse Productions, and then on top of that, Irium was actually, funny enough, sponsoring the whole convention, and they were helping host a VTuber sort of showcase on Saturday night, which was kind of like their big concert on main stage, and they had all sorts of VTubers from all sorts of places. And it was, so yeah, overall, I did come for the VTubers. I will admit, I didn't ever really get into like real life idols, but I really respect how that's the background of a lot of, and foundation of a lot of VTuber cultures, so I kind of just went to check it out and then hang out with friends and cosplay, actually. But I was trying to come for the Mint concert, which was like first thing Saturday, which was kind of unfortunate. It was only 30 minutes, and it was like 10:30 a.m. So I was trying to get there as fast as I could, but I ended up coming almost towards the end. So it's time to get more into IRL idols. Maybe. I have so many hobbies though, and interests as it is. I'm scared to get new ones, but I'm learning a lot. So I think it's really cool. I know a lot of my Oshis are really into real life idols, so it's not like I'm not interested at all. So first I had to pick up my badge, but I walk into the convention and it's just deserted. There's no one around. I was just like, where is everyone? I see maybe like 1 or 2 people walking around, and I'm just like, what? And so the registration desk, there's just one guy there, and other than that, there's just no line. So I just walk up and I'm like, getting my badge. But as I'm walking in, I can already hear Mint, and I'm like, oh, I can hear Mint, but it didn't like register to me like what the song was. And so as I approach the registration area, I realize I'm like, oh my god, she's singing Diamond City Lights? That's crazy. So I'm like trying to get my badge, and I'm just like standing there agape. I don't know if the guy at the registration desk even realized why I'm just standing there like the whole time. Oh my god, it was so wild. I don't know if he realized like what was happening or why I was just like, she did not. Oh my god. As he's printing my badge, but I get my badge really fast and I walk in and I'm like, I think maybe halfway through the song at this point. And yeah, it was so crazy. I'm so glad I made it in time for that song, because oh my gosh, everyone was well, so you know how I said earlier that the convention was dead? It's because like literally everyone was in that room. They were either asleep or they were in that room pretty much. And oh my gosh, the energy was just crazy. And then when it got to like the Taiga chant, it was like, I don't think I've seen anything like that in a long time. So gosh, I think that was like a really special thing I got to see. But I actually realized later that, oh well, one of my friends was like, oh yeah, I heard that's good. She said like that's gonna be her last time performing that song. And I'm like, wow. And then I thought back to it and I was like, oh, you know what? Like, we saw the very first time she performed it live, because this was actually someone I met at Off-Kai Gen 1 when they had Lazulite, and they had like a little concert in main stage at Gen 1 with Lazulite, and of course they performed Diamond City Lights. So that I'm pretty sure, because first Off-Kai was pretty quick into not very long after Lazulite debuted, I think. Maybe it had been about a year, less than a year. So I'm pretty sure that was the first time. There's also not many conventions around yet, so I'm pretty sure that was the first time that song was performed live. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, I think we've seen the very first and last time that she's ever performed that song for an audience then. Which is, I don't know, kind of sad. I do really like that song. So I don't know. But then she that was just really cool to see. And then she performed her original song, which was awesome too. Super catchy. I can't wait for her to release that song. Like, I don't know if she's gonna have like a music video that isn't just the concert, but it's such a good song. But yeah, so that was just overall a really short concert, so I don't have a whole lot to say about that. But let's see. Oh my gosh, what even happened after that? I think I was just like, oh my gosh, Kira, you're on a 3-stream streak. Congrats. I just realized everyone's earning channel points, and I don't think I even have any sort of channel points redeemed. I don't know if I have like a little chat on my OBS, and I don't know if the channel point redeems like show up in there or not. Let me see, can I test that? Let's see. Let's see. Test. Oh, Chicken Okabe, you also have a 3-stream watch streak. I'm trying to send this test. Well, I'll work on that eventually. hope. Oh, is the chat not updating? Anyways, oh my gosh, I should have made notes again. I always forget. Oh, I just loved overall how it was a very, like, I guess you could say comfy con. They had kind of just had like a small vendors hall slash artist alley and a like meet and greet room, and then they had the main stage, community stage, and a panel room, and that was pretty much the whole convention. And it was all, actually I don't even think they used every room of the hotel. Yeah, it was surprisingly, like, it was way cooler than I thought. But I think they even left some rooms unused, or maybe, you know, they were secret rooms, you know, how that is. I'm just thinking probably my favorite part of the weekend was they had like kind of a bar restaurant, like the hotel, it had like kind of the main stage, and then it had like, between the front desk and kind of part of the con entrance was like a bar that kind of became a gathering place. So you could just like meet up with people and hang out and stuff. I wanted to go, but I traveled too much this year. Yeah, I would say that's totally understandable. I know a lot of people don't usually travel really far for smaller cons. No Idol Maid Cafe. I mean, also Yoru was there. They just didn't have like a maid cafe. Oh yeah, they had their idol group, and I actually talked to some of them. They have a maid Mikan who her theme is tangerine, and I almost want to be like, oh my god, I love your theme. But what was I I was talking to her about if you guys saw how Asayuru was actually gonna have a collab, you know, with Maid Mint, Doki, Phoebe, and Lime Alicious. And so I was talking to one of the Maid Mikan about that. She's like, yeah, like I don't know anything about VTubers, but I want to learn. And I'm like, oh, I mean, you should talk to Maid Latte because she loves Mint. You wanted to talk to Latte? Yeah, me too. I think she was so busy though, because she's one of the idols for Asayoru and stuff. But Maid Latte is like a huge Mint fan, so I told her you should talk to her. She's like, yeah, like I want to know about the VTubers we're collabing with. Like I hope I get scheduled on that day. And I was like, oh, do you want me to give you like a quick rundown of all the VTubers? She's like, okay. So I was just like, well, Lime Malicious is a ferret, and they're like, oh, she's a ferret? Like, they didn't know she was a ferret. Doki Bird is like a bounty hunter, and she's like a gamer. And she's like funny, and then Mint is, you know, a maid, and she's like really cute and sings, and she's a... Did I even tell her she's a ghost? I think I forgot to tell her that. And then Phoebe is an idol, and she is... Oh my god, wait, what did I even say about Phoebe? I don't know. I just said Phoebe's really cute and an idol, I think. Yeah. I think that's what I said. Yeah, oh, that's true. That's an important note. I did mention, yeah, that she performs on stage physically too. I think I did say that. And I was like, oh yeah, she's at this con. You can go check her out, because Phoebe was also a guest. Phoebe is huge at US IdolFes, because she's been to like, or just IdolFes in general, because she's been to like, I think all of them, or like a bunch of them in a row. So she's kind of a big deal at IdolFes. So she even had like 2 concerts, and she was speaking at the closing ceremonies, and like the Phoebe concert. Oh, that's right. That's what I did on Saturday later on. After I wandered around the vendors hall, I went to the Phoebe concert, and it was really cool. the energy was awesome. You know, a lot of people are, like I said, are super into Phoebe. So, you know, people were like cheering their heads off. And I think in the last song, she even went into the crowd, which actually I think she did that at Idol Harmony too. But she did it again at IdolFest here, or IdolFest. Sorry, I keep saying IdolFest, but it's Fest. Yeah, I remember that because I remember when she asked about it, and I had to go check with the venue if that was okay. It was awesome. I think that's really cool that she can do that. Yeah, so Phoebe's performance was great, and yeah, cool. Brave. I know. Well, Idol fans are normal, right? They won't do anything weird. I joke, but I think a lot of the people there were really nice. That's the other thing I just really loved about this convention is how easy it was to talk to people. It kind of felt like night and day over TwitchCon. At TwitchCon, I felt really scared talking to people. You know, you were there keeping an eye on people. Well, yeah, I mean, because, like, especially with the Wodagay community, or, like, is that how, would you call it Wodagay community, or, sorry, she touched your hand and you cried, oh my gosh. That's very special. Oh no, the bots are here, hold on. Let me just be my own mod for 1 second. No, I don't want to reply to it. Hold on. Yo, the best viewers! I already have the best viewers. Okay, how do I delete this person? Banned. We did it, everyone. We banned the bots. Yeah, so I was just thinking, like, this felt really refreshing. I liked TwitchCon. I had a lot of fun, but it feels so intimidating because it's so big, and you know, it's mostly streamers. And hello, Waffly, and welcome. TwitchCon is mostly streamers, and there's, even though, you know, there's a lot of, like, you know, Kaigai idols and stuff, it felt really good mix. It feels kind of like off-Kai, where it feels like a really good mix between fans and VTubers. I think that's a really special thing, personally. So off-Kai, IdolFest definitely had that same vibe, where you had just as many fans as creators, which was cool. But yeah, because TwitchCon was mostly creators, it felt more intimidating to talk to people. But I mean, also because maybe walking around, I knew more people at IdolFest, especially because it was so small. Like, I felt much more comfortable, you know. Especially because there's so many nice little, like, gathering spaces. I guess you could say the bar was like the atrium, like at Off-Kai, basically, which is basically what the atrium was. It was the hotel bar, you know. I feel like, did I even think between, after Phoebe, what even was I doing? I think I ate at some point. I had loaded fries at the hotel bar, and the Dodgers game. So for those unaware, the World Series, the, like, final game of the World Series is happening on Saturday. It was between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays of Toronto. So, you know, obviously, since I was in LA, there's so many Dodgers fans at this hotel. So pretty much the whole evening, there was this small group of, like, this small group of, like, hardcore VTuber Dodgers fans in the corner. And they had, like, the happies of various, like, blue Hololive. Like, one had Narissa Happy, one had, I think Gura, this one guy, like, I think I talked to him a little bit earlier. Actually, I think I did know some of those guys too. I trying to remember. I know sometimes Raz was there. And yeah, so they were going all out for Dodgers. I'll be honest, sorry LAers, I was cheering for Toronto. So normally I would probably be rooting not for Dodgers just because they are they're like rivals of my home team. But I mean, I wanted my friends to be happy, so I was kind of on the fence. I was like, I kind of wanted them to win just because of the environment I was in. Maybe that makes me disloyal, but I don't know. I would rather have everyone in the bar like cheering and happy than sad, you know. And plus, I was on the LA turf, so I wanted to be respectful, you know. I feel like people. This is just me being like annoying, but I think people should, like, I don't know, be respectful of where they are and stuff. I guess it's not really a big deal to wear like the hat of a rival team in like that city, but you'll get a lot of like nasty stares, you know, like, though I would recommend like don't wear like a Yankees hat in Boston. I think you would get yelled at. Or vice versa, maybe don't wear a Red Sox hat. I don't know how bitter that rivalry still is, but I remember like growing up, it was crazy. You just wanted to see US lose. That's fair. It was a close game. Yeah, when I was sitting there for dinner, it was like I watched as the Jays scored a triple off of Ohtani as pitcher, and I was like, whoa, that's not good for the Dodgers. But so I don't know, I thought they were gonna lose, but they really turned it around surprisingly. You're keeping up with the game during your work trip, yeah. Well, so I wasn't just gonna sit there and watch the whole time because I had VTubers to go watch and stuff. So I did eventually go, what was I even doing at that? I think, oh, I totally forgot. After I saw Mint, I actually went and saw my friend perform with their idol group, which was really cool. So that's actually, now that I think about it, that was one of the other reasons I came, because I wanted to support my friend, and I actually got a checky with my friend, but then I forgot to pick it up. Well, it's so now it has to be mailed to me, but who knows? Yeah, well, anyways, as I was saying about the Dodgers game, I stopped watching after a while, and I went to go watch Virtual Stardust, which is the VTuber showcase, and the first, it was hosted by Ashes, who actually hosted Idol Harmony too, and is pretty well known in the scene. And then the first person that came out was Ravarath. How do I say this? Ravarath. Ravarath? Raven. Hold on, let me let me look at this real quick. Ravarath. Ravarath. Yes. So he was the first performer, and I was like, whoa, I was pretty impressed. Like, his voice is really good, like really strong, and I'm like, I feel like this guy was like a Utate or something. And afterwards I go and I like look him up, and I'm like, okay, who is this guy? I'm gonna go follow him. And then I'm like, wait, he's Offkai staff. Okay, I thought his name sounded familiar because I've seen him in the server. He's on the social media team. It's like I didn't connect the dots that it was the same person. But yeah, so the opener was actually an Offkai staff person, which was cool. Rav the Goat, Ashes is cool. So true. That's oomph. Yeah. So that was great. I liked that they had a really good mix of people. It felt like there was less, like, smaller creators, and then there's a few bigger creators. They had some people who were indie, some people who weren't. They had people from, like, a variety of sizes of, like, I think, let's see, they had the Aegis Link, one of the groups, the one with Triggerfish in it, as the closer. And they had Lisa, who's in Chroma Shift, and then there might have been someone else. I can't remember though. Well, yeah, as I was saying, like, I feel like there was such a good mix of people overall. Like, I knew some people, but those I didn't know, I was like, wow, they're so good. This is awesome. I think about after the third act, like after Mint Mai, I was like, okay, I gotta go use the restroom. So I went out, and then I was walking back, and I walked through the hotel bar, and that's when I noticed that the Dodgers game was like, still going. I think it was in like inning 10. And I was like, whoa, how is this still going? I didn't realize that like Dodgers had tied it. So I was like, I want to see what happens here. So I kind of took a little break from the concert. I actually forsook the VTubers for a while so I could watch baseball. But I was also just like really entertained by the group of VTuber fans in the corner who were just going nuts, and it was really kind of entertaining because their energy was just like infectious, you know. And then I made a new friend. I mean, maybe not friend, but you know, a new acquaintance. She was sitting at the bar, and she was like, "Oh, are you a Mint fan?" And I was like, "Oh, what gave it away? Was it the Mint cosplay?" And she had like a Mint eat a bag, and she was like, yeah, like I came out to see Mint. And I'm like, oh, where'd you come from? And she's like, Philly. And I'm like, oh my god, you flew across the country for Mint, which is impressive because Mint's like everywhere. So I'm like, wow, do you do that a lot? Yeah, so she was like, yeah, I don't have any skin in this game, so I don't really care who wins, but like this I think we kind of made eye contact over like our bemusement at the Dodgers fans. That was cool. I met a woman wisp. There was a lot of wisp women at this con. Overall, just in general, like the wisps were so cool. At this con, they all had like little things. Like this guy gave me these 2 little buttons. One was a wisp, and the other was like the Mint 3D. I don't know if you remember how at Virtual Vacation 2, there's Mint and Doki were in Doobie's song. They had these like 3D models that like spun around, but their face were like so cute. So he made a button of like the little Mint creature from Virtual Vacation, and I was like, oh my god, I love this. It was so cool. And then there was another wisp who was giving away prints of different various mints that she was drawing. And she gave me some prints of Mint, some Mint prints, if you will. And I also met a Made Lilac. Made Lilac. I kept in my head calling Made Lilac, which is, you know, purple mint. I kept calling her Made Lavender because to me, like, it makes sense. She's purple, and then she's like an herb, like mint. It's like a purple herb, and mint is a green herb. I think it makes sense. I don't know why it's not lavender, but anyways. So this girl was cosplaying Made Lilac, and We took a picture together. It was really cool. So she was nice. Anyways, so then the Dodgers, it was such a close game, and then the Dodgers score, and I was like, whoa. It was crazy. People were going crazy. It was kind of incredible. I was like, wow. Oh, and then the guy who's wearing the Gura shirt was like, trust the shark, because you know how Hollow fans have like this thing where they think Gura is like the Dodgers' good luck charm. I'm like, but was she even involved in this game? I guess it's just because they were cheering like with Gura merch, so basically she made them win. Color, yeah, I know, but lavender is a color too. So it still could have been, I know it's more of a lilac color than a lavender color. I don't know. It's just me. It's just me who thinks that. But I did go back to the concert eventually. I'm trying to remember who I came back to. I'll look at the schedule to jog my memory. Let's see. There was oh yeah, I think I came in time for Seon Era. And she was pretty cool. And then I was actually really excited to see Tangy, because I became a pretty big fan of her after Idol Harmony. She's super cool. I love her model, and I like her her idol outfit when she performs on stage, and she has such a good voice, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm waiting for Pangy. So then after that I came in time for Pangy to perform, and it was pretty cool. Kind of unfortunately a few technical difficulties with Pangy's set, but you know, everyone was still going pretty crazy. Pangy the GOAT, I know, right? Oh my god, actually that reminds me of how during one of my other favorite things was during the Phoebe concert. Someone I don't know if it was someone from Yakai or someone from VTuber Research Club. I don't know which one it was. If you know, you can tell me below. Tell me in the comments below. I think the iPads weren't the iPads by Yakai? I don't remember. Anyways, so one of them held up the iPad during the Phoebe concert and like faced her to the crowd, and everyone was like going crazy because it was Yakai. Okay, that's what I thought. Everyone's like, Pangy, and then Phoebe was like, because they all know who she is because they were in the same concert, and also Pangy's just known. And then Phoebe like reached out and started like singing to the iPad. It was so good. I saw, I don't remember who it was. I saw someone posted like the video of Pangy watching the concert, but I really wish I got on film like the moment where Phoebe was like singing to her. That was so good. That was so cute. But unfortunately, no. I'll just have to describe it to you. Man. Okay, there was Pangy. I enjoyed Pangy. Oh, Vampirate Odessa. Yeah. I was like, whoa. Like, first I was like, her model's really cool. And then she had a really cool voice. And I think she only, if I recall correctly, she only sung Hello Project songs. Yeah, you are blown away by her. Yeah, she had a really good voice. And I was like, damn, this girl's cool. She's just like Kiara. I don't know about that, but well, that she really liked Hello Project. Yeah. It was awesome. It was awesome. So I enjoyed her. Nene Amano was performing next, and she had like her 3D model but just kind of like bust up. And she sung like more popular songs, and I just remember at the end she sung like Lollygod Requiem. And a bunch of the idols who were in the audience who like knew the dance started like dancing to it in the on the floor, and everyone was like surrounding them in a circle and cheering. So that was a very interesting performance. And then after her, Otuharu Ryo, who had a really interesting voice. Like, I thought he sounded just like an anime guy. It was pretty cool. And he is like an Irium streamer, so he, I think it's Irium who he debuted with, and yeah, he was a pretty cool singer too. I enjoyed his performance as well. And then Yaru was after that, and she actually, she came out on stage in like her, what's the word? Like, you know, the heads, the Kigu heads, or it's like a mascot head, but it's like a solid anime girl head. She had like her Kigu head, and she came in like dance to her set. Because I think most people in the audience were kind of aware that it was just pre-recorded and not live. So I don't really think it broke anyone's immersion overall. But yeah, so that was fun. And then we had Lisa, I mentioned before, and it was literally like, okay guys, time for something completely different, which I liked because I like a variety personally. But she, you know, Lisa, if you know Lisa at all, she always sings like more like shoegaze or rock, or you know, more like a very different subgenre or genre of music than idol music or J-pop. And yeah, she was really good, and she had like her home 3D, and it looked really cool. But my favorite part about this set was also how everyone was, I guess you could say, vibing to it. Like, people had to get really creative with, I think the problem was no one really knew how to, how do I describe? Like, it was a very, as you can imagine, a very WODA heavy crowd because it was IdolFes. So everyone was, you know, voting or cheering and whatnot. But with Lisa, everyone was kind of like, how do we do this? So people got really creative. A turtle. Yeah, I'm a turtle. Oh, you can't see my shell, but it exists. Trust me. What's so funny about 165 centimeters tall? Thank you for following, Monsieur Story. That's small. That's normal. That's a normal height. That's a normal height. In fact, some people would think I'm even tall, so just saying. Small turtle. You're not normal? Well, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how tall you are. Taller than you? Taller? I'm taller than you, Chicken Okabe. Dang, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm taller than like half of the people in chat. 183 centimeters? What? Hold on, let me calculate that. How are you, no. Are you telling me you're 7 feet tall? Wait, hold on. Did I miscalculate that? No. I think you have your centimeters wrong. 5'11". Okay, well that's not extremely tall. That's just a normal amount of tall. Anyways, as I was saying, everyone had to get really creative with how they vibe to. Google said it was 183 centimeters is 72 inches. Wait, hold on. No, I think I did my math wrong. No, you're like, that's like 6 feet. I thought it was 7 feet. It's like 6 feet. Sorry. I'm sorry, I'm multitasking. Don't make me do math. My bad. You're 180. Okay, so you're like way taller than me. What the heck? 6'7". Oh no. Careful, I'm gonna summon the gen. Okay, 6'7" like a zoomer thing or an alpha thing? Cause like I feel like it's more either really young zoomer or like late gen alpha. I mean, according to this, 72 inch, 183 centimeters is 72 inches, which is 6 feet. So technically, that if you are 183, you are 6 feet. You're like 5'7". That's a pretty good height. Yeah, see, okay, Chicken Okabe, you agree it's an alpha thing. What are the beta memes then? 2008 kids are 18 now. Oh. No. No. I hate that. Why do you have to tell me things like this? Used to babysit those little demons. We old as shit turtle. I'm not that old. I'm not that old. I'm a normal amount of old. Yeah, so you got so sad when you found out my coworker started college when I graduated. That's only like 4 years difference, right? I mean, that's true. Turtles can get pretty old. I mean, technically, see, I'm not that old. As a soda mascot, I was created in the 1960s, so I'm not even, in turtle years, I'm not even that old, you know? Definitely not, like 60 something. That's like 19 in turtle years. I don't. It's the lore. Just go with it. Just go with it. It's lore. I was not born. I was created. I was created. I'm a VTuber. There's lore. The first fire being created. I don't know. I mean, it was pretty cool, I guess. I'm not a caveman, though. Yeah, let me keep my kayfabe. That ain't no lore. Oh no. The kayfabe is being the death of me right now, I'm afraid. Okay, I'm gonna continue talking about Lisa's set now. Everyone was going crazy with how they responded to her set. So they would like put their hands next to their head and make like horns because she's a sheep and like run around with like their hand horns. And then because she's the sleepy sheep, at some point they started laying down to go to sleep. And then at the end of her set, like everyone did that. I was like, this is so bizarre. Like, for those who don't know, like Lisa's a pretty normal person. So like what is her reaction to this gonna be? You wish you could sleep? Maybe you should sleep after I'm done talking. Then you can sleep. Drink some coffee. I drank coffee right before this because I was like, I was so dead last year. I'm gonna drink coffee before this one. Actually, the next day, Pradyakai had Lisa on the iPad, so I did get to talk to her. I was like, Lisa, you should have seen how everyone was reacting to your set last night. They were like, you know, giving themselves like sheep horns and like falling down and like going to sleep. And she was like, what? That sounds so crazy. I was like, she's like, I haven't seen the video yet. Like, I have to go back and watch it. I was like, yeah, you should. It was pretty crazy. Coffee tonight. Well, you know, we got stuff to do. We gotta be active for the stream, and then I gotta continue working because I woke up late again today. So yeah, it's okay if I'll stay awake late. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I told Lisa how crazy her set was. And last we had, what is the name of the group? Sin Ed. How do you say that? It's like the Aegis Link group with Triggerfish. And yeah, I enjoyed that set too. They sung some of the originals, but I loved the last song, which was the original. Was so fun because no, what's her name? Let me Google this real quick. One of the three of them, but the girl in the middle. I'm looking this up. Oh, is it her? No. I will find this, I promise. No, not her. What is her name? Nuke. Mayfei. It was Mayfei. So I was surprised because Mayfei during the song just started busting out these like heavy metal screams. And the dichotomy was crazy because I mean, okay, we're already like we you know, we all see Obi Kitty Cat, we're like, oh my god, anime girl doing death metal. And it's already pretty kind of funny to see. But with her, it's even funnier because Mayfei's model is like just a normal VTuber. Like, she doesn't look rock. She looks like, you know, kind of like a more Genshin inspired or like just pretty normal model, I'd say. Although I guess, okay, now that I look at this, I guess she does have like a rock model, but I don't feel like what she wore during the concert was her rock model. So it just looks like this normal anime VTuber just like death metal screams coming out of her mouth, and it was like, whoa, this is awesome. I really like that. I was like, I'm now way more interested. Yeah, it was hell yeah. It was cool. So yeah, that was the concert. It didn't start really that, like, I think it only started a few minutes late, but somehow it still ran like about 30-ish minutes overtime. But, you know, I think a lot of people have this problem. I'm just thinking about this. I think a lot of people, they like have a runtime and yet for some reason they don't account for MCs in the runtime, you know? You gotta account for MCs in your runtime, people. But it's okay. I mean, 11:30 wasn't that late, so I didn't really care at all that it ran over time. And of course, Ashes was a good MC. She's very entertaining, so it's worth, yeah. What happened next? I don't know. Everyone just kind of vanished after that. So wasn't really any late night shenanigans or anything like that. So I think Saturday ended at a pretty reasonable hour. And then Sunday was actually, I was like, okay, I'm at the Irium sponsored convention. And while I'm here, I'm gonna debut on Irium, because that makes sense, I think. And so I did kind of rush out my Irium debut. I was like, is it okay if I like post on Friday and then debut on Sunday? Is that too short of a time? And they were like, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, okay, cool. So sorry I didn't give people enough notice, but I will stream there again. I also noticed, like, I go on Twitter and everyone is, like, giving, I don't know, like 2 weeks notice for their debut. And I'm just, like, out here, here's your 2 days notice. It's okay. It's okay. I saw there will be more Irium streams to attend. That was a short one because it was a debut, so I just did it for about an hour. I don't think I even intend for any of my Irium streams to be super long. I think my main intention with Irium is just that, like, when I'm out and about, because, you know, I go to a lot of events on the weekend, which is why I got every stream I do is a recap stream, but because I go to so many events, I lose out on a lot of streaming time because I don't really have like a setup, a mobile setup. So I thought this would be a great way to still stream when I'm gone, because all I have to do is open up my phone and open the app and press stream, and it's like really, really crazy easy. You have notifications enabled? Yeah, go check it out. For those who are interested in checking out my Irium streams in the future, my handle on Irium is just Tangy. I think if you just search Tangy, you should find me. I don't know how I just got Tangy, but I did. Do they get archived? No, I have no way of archiving them because it's just on your phone. Yeah, so they're just completely lost to time, you know? Actually, speaking of archiving, I need to start uploading archives of my Twitch streams to YouTube, because Twitch is like, okay, we're spending too much money on keeping VODs, so they delete them now so quick. I think after 2 weeks, so yeah, RIP, I know. I mean, so most of that was just, you know, introducing myself anyways. I was originally going to talk about IdolFes on that stream, but like the chat was actually really, really active. I was kind of surprised. I thought I would just have to fill in like dead space, but the Irium community is like super welcoming. They, you know, a bunch of like people I hadn't even known before came in. They're like, yeah, welcome to Irium, like blah blah blah, asking me like questions. A lot of people were more interested in my lore than, you know, normally. Dead Space. Good game. Yeah, I didn't realize the Irium people were so like very dedicated. I think it's a really rare thing in this current VTuber landscape, because most people don't really have or media landscape in general, a lot of people don't have like allegiance to platforms or even companies, but a lot of the Irium people are very like ride or die for Irium and the Irium community. But I do a presentation. That's the other thing. Like Irium is really just me talking, because I don't really have like, you need like an audio interface even if you want to play music or anything. It's just me talking. It's just me on the screen. I had to make adjustments to my model in Live 2D. Like you have to do a bit of like rigging adjustment. Because Irium's rigging or motion capture capabilities are different than VTube Studio, so I can't like stick out my tongue or like what else can't I do? There's other things. There's a lot. You don't have toggles, you know, there's a few things. It's basically YouTube or Facebook Live for VTubers or TikTok. Yeah, it's like the TikTok Live. So you know, you have points and you can like use items on the streamers, and I don't know, there's a lot of like little things happening, and at first I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. Cause like I'm not very familiar with TikTok Live and any of that. But I was like, no, it's actually kind of fun. I like all those silly little gimmick things, and the chat interaction is really, really good. Like the latency is really, really low. And so it's just overall like you have a much more interactive vibe there. And I think that people who chat are like on Irium are like really engaged compared to Twitch. Although I'm very lucky that I feel like I have, for even as a really, really small streamer, I have a really engaged group of people who come watch me. I still, on Irium, it's like the low latency definitely gives it like a different vibe, which is cool. So I really like Irium. I actually couldn't stop glazing Irium while I was debuting, and I was like, wow, I really like this. Like, wow, this is really cool. Like, wow, Irium, this is pretty cool. I probably thought they were like paying me off, but they weren't. Yeah, I enjoyed my Irium experience, so I hope to stream on it again this weekend. Some point. Need to figure out when is best for that. But yeah, we'll stream on Irium soon, hopefully this week. I want to go try at least once a week. Yeah, so I just did a short little hour-long Irium debut. And then, went to the con again. And, what did I even do? There wasn't really many, like, wasn't really any performances I was trying to catch. But I went back to the vendors hall, and I actually caught up with a friend. I haven't really, I mean, like I saw her at TwitchCon, but I haven't really gotten to talk with her at length for a really long time. So it was really nice, like catching up with her. And then I also met, gotta stay hydrated. I also met the CEO of Stellarverse, Senbei, and he seemed like a pretty cool guy. He seems pretty capable as a VTuber CEO. And yeah, he was chill. I was like, what made you want to start like a VTuber agency? And he's like, well, you know, I kind of thought maybe I'm waiting too late. Like, all the big agencies, or the lasting agencies, started like many years ago. But then I was like, if I don't start now, then what if I never start at all? And I was like, so true. That's how I feel about VTubing, because I waited a really long time to start streaming, and I also waited a really long time to get a model. You know, like I've been into VTubers since, you know, 2020, since Myth, you know, was Kiara that got me into VTubers. And you know, I really just fell way deeper into the rabbit hole after I went to Off-Kai and I made so many friends in the space, and then I started like staffing Off-Kai, you know. And now it's like kind of my life in a lot of ways. But where's it going? But this whole time, despite it all, I haven't really been a proper VTuber, you know, until really recently. So I was like, yeah, that's understandable, you know, just it's better late than never. So yeah, no, we're just talking about VTuber stuff, and yeah. Oh, another thing, I brought a bunch of stuff that I wanted to, because they had a swap meet at 3 o'clock on Sunday, and I wanted to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I have a lot of like Hollow merch that I you know, I'm trying to like get rid of stuff because I have too much stuff and I don't really need. And so I had some stuff I was trying to get rid of, so I brought it to the swap meet. But before that, there was this guy who had a cart of Fuumoko. He had like every Fuumoko plush possible. He had like the big one from round 1. He had like the big what is that one like plush maker who did the collab? Like the really big ones. I don't remember the name. He had like those. He had, I think, the other really small ones from that other plush maker. I think he had the Friends With You. Oh wait, hold on. I do have a picture of this. Sorry, I'm frozen for 1 second. Oh no, maybe he didn't have those other. Okay, he had like the really big one. He had the really big round 1 ones and the Friends With You plush. You need to do a swap meet. Yeah, I do too. I did too. Didn't go so well. Oh no, why am I dying? Oh, okay, we're better. So I actually had the Fuumoko plushes from round 1s, like they're not the ball head ones, but like the medium-sized, not mid-sized, like the ones that were like maybe, I don't know, like 6 inches tall, maybe 5 inches tall. Cause like I have a lot of plushes, and I'm like, maybe I could like sell them. Oh, Remy Star, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, Remy Star Puffin buddies. So I saw him with this thing. I'm like, do you have, on Saturday I asked him, do you have like the medium size, like round 1 ones? He's like, oh, you mean the balls? I'm like, no, like the other ones. He's like, no, they didn't have those at my local round 1. I'm like, do you want them? And he was like, sure. So I brought him the little, just gave it to him. I was like, you know what? I think I'd rather them go to a good home than resell them. So that was, then while I was talking to the CEO of Stellarverse, he brought around the wagon, and now he had the little, the smaller round 1 Fuumoko plushes in the cart, and I was like, aw, they're so cozy in there. It made me happy. Made me start our beloved for plushies. Yeah, I like how they're they do feel like you're holding like a toddler, just due to the size. Oh my gosh, I think, oh yes, after this, I was trying to do the swap meet. I don't think people really knew a swap meet was happening. So I like lay out all my stuff, and there's like not really any, there's like maybe 3 other people in the room selling stuff, and really not very many people actually coming through and like looking. And I'm like, was there really a swap meet? Yeah, well, kind of. I mean, I did I did tell you as I was leaving, I'm like, I'm gonna go to the swap meet. What? Yeah, yeah, there was not much to do in terms of looking or selling. So I was only there about 30 minutes. So you didn't miss much, Captain Brian. You didn't miss much. I sold one thing. I had like I'm out of space in my cabinet, so I was selling one of my Suisse standees. And so I sold a Suisse standee for $5. And that was it. I left after 30 minutes because my friend was like, oh, I'm gonna go see Zeta Flare. He's playing the piano and he's really cool. I'm like, oh yeah, I love piano. I want to check that out. So I decided to leave early so I could go watch that. Funny enough, so that guy Venmoing the $5 for the Suisse standee helped me to get McDonald's because somehow both of my cards got fraud charges on them in the span of like a week. So I don't even have my new debit card yet. And already then my credit card has a fraudulent charge and then I have to cancel that. So I have no way of paying. I no way of paying for the McDonald's that I wanted for dinner except my Venmo balance, which was $8.88. So I got dinner for $8.42. Yay! Thank you, guy who bought Suisse standee. Wait, what? Yeah. That happened on Monday. On Monday. It's been a week, to be honest. But yeah, it's been one of those weeks. It's okay. I still had a good weekend at least. So anyways, yeah, the swap meet did help me get dinner, so that's good. So then I went to Zeta Flare's, sorry, voice crack. Then I went to Zeta Flare's piano performance. And so he had like a keyboard and he has this like, I think like universe of going through puberty. No. You went to McDonald's on Monday too, but you saved up points. Yeah, okay. Actually, if any of you in here eat McDonald's, get the stinking app. Get the app. Yeah, they'll harvest your personal data, but you know what? I save so much money with that and time with the app. Honestly, like you can get a good deal, you know. The points add up really fast, but just if you like McDonald's. If you don't, I'm not gonna try to sell McDonald's to you because it's definitely a love it or hate it sort of thing. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going through puberty apparently. Oh yeah, okay, sorry. So Zeta Flare had like a whole, it's like a universe of like idols. Like I think they're fictional, and then he has different songs that are like based on he has different backstories for like the different idols, and then he has like they have different like theme songs and stuff, and so he would like play a song and then he'd give like a backstory and then he'd play the song. I was like, this is really interesting. This is a lot different from anything else I've seen this entire weekend. And I thought it was really cool. I also just I have a soft spot for piano music personally. And honestly, like I even got a little emotional for one of the second to last songs. He was like saying how important like the idol space was to him. And I was like, oh, like I don't know. It kind of just got me in the feelings, you know. But yeah, so that was cool. That was the last thing I saw at the show. Well, I guess if you don't count the closing ceremonies, but it was the last performance I saw. And actually after that, that's where I met the Wisp who was giving out the little mint prints. And yeah, that was cool. Then I went to the closing ceremonies and they had Oh, actually, before I went to closing ceremonies, have you ever been to... Ow. I just slammed my hand down, but it didn't hurt. Have you ever have you ever been to a con and then it's like the last day or maybe even the 11th? It's not even rage. I just putting my hand down, but in a very haphazard way. Have you ever been to a con and in basically the 11th hour, you see someone and you're like, what? You were here too? And they're like, yeah, I've been here the whole weekend. And I'm like, wait, when? How did I never see you? But especially when, like, it's a con this small. I'm like, how did I miss you? This whole weekend. There's, like, 4 rooms in this entire convention. But it was Cinna. Who I've worked with on Off-Kai stuff, and I was like, Cinna, you're here? And she was like, yeah, I've been here the whole weekend. And I'm like, wow. And then the other reg girl was like, yeah, because she's the one who is away from the desk the most. Oh, because I was like, I don't know how I missed you. And she's like, yeah, because she's the one who has been away the desk the most. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Cinna, you dodging your duties as reg staff. But, yeah, so I just feel like I ran into so many people I wouldn't think to see at this con. It was crazy. It felt like everyone was there. I didn't even know if there was like people from Pronyakai there, like Foxfire. There was VTuber Research Club with their robots. Like Captain Brian, John loves anime, Richie was there, you know, and actually I saw at one point John was walking around the dog VTuber, the robot like on a leash because she asked for it. Many hijinks at this. You know, actually I'm kind of surprised that despite how small the con was, like, I think the I don't know, everything just felt balanced. It didn't feel like there was a ton of robots, but it didn't feel like there wasn't enough robots. I feel like it's a good amount, even with 2 groups. Yeah. Also, I also talked to Gabe from V Fleet, also known as Jeff. I was like, when I saw him right after the Mint concert, I'm like, oh my god, it's Jeff. And he was like, it's like, I saw you on the Mint stream. I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, okay, bye. I don't know. It felt like one of those moments where you're trying to talk to someone, but they were like locked in on something else. So you're like, okay, I'm if I talk to him again later. At the V Fleet booth. Oh, I actually talked to Faye, who's like the Blue Angel VTuber at the V Fleet booth. That was cool. Okay, I'm definitely tangenting a little bit here. Okay. Oh man, sometimes I'm so awkward. I feel like, yeah, I can be a little awkward sometimes. If I'm like really hungry or tired, I think, or I don't know. Sometimes I have those moments where I'm like kind of awkward. I think because I wasn't so overwhelmed by this. Oh, if I'm really overwhelmed, I can be kind of awkward or not quite as great to talk to. But because this con was so small and comfy, I felt really like sociable at this convention. I was very like with it, you know? Yeah. Yeah, I know, the social skills, it's like once the social battery is like gone, it's like, forget how to talk to people. At TwitchCon, I met someone for the first time that one of my friends was introducing me to, and I was like, did I talk about this already? I don't know. where I was like, oh, I like your jacket. Oh, and I like how they match your glasses. Oh, it looks really cool. And I just start rambling about like her glasses matching her jacket. And I was like, what am I talking about? What is happening? Well, that actually didn't happen to me so much this weekend, which is good. Yeah, openings or closing ceremonies weren't really that eventful. They did have like Phoebe and the CEO of Stellarverse, and they had an idol, underground idol from Japan, Europico. They all said like closing remarks, and then they had like the chairs of the convention, and yeah. They also, I guess something that happened on Friday when I wasn't there is that the con had some not so kind of bad tech issues that caused delays. So stuff got kind of pretty delayed on Friday, but I was amazed that on Saturday and Sunday, like they fixed it. Everything was pretty much on time on the other 2 days, which is really impressive because a lot of cons, they don't usually fix such severe problems so well within just a day. Or well, sometimes they do, but still, I was impressed to go for that. It went from like so bad to perfectly good in such a short amount of time. So I think that's pretty admirable, actually. And I also think it's nice that they actually they just acknowledged it and like apologized for it. And they did so on Twitter too. And I'm like, no, it's good that they apologized for the delay, you know? Because half the time you can't usually it's hard to apologize for stuff like that, because then people just, it's just gonna be a tangent for a sec. In this social media landscape, it's actually really hard to apologize these days. Because 99% of the time you put like a public apology out there as like a group or company, and people are gonna be like, oh, it's not sorry, it's not enough. Like, you're evil and I hate you and blah, 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 you know? Sometimes it's still justified in some ways, but usually it's like, you know, at least they apologize. I mean, sometimes it's like the apologies kind of suck, but I think even just something like owning up to a delay, sometimes people, it's very hard for people. You have to have like a really good apology for people to accept it these days. Sometimes there isn't much you can do, it's just cooked. That just makes me really sad, to be honest. Tangy thinks I'm evil and she hates me. No. I'm a miscellaneous Twitter/X user. I don't know. So I'm happy for them that they were able to post an apology on Twitter and not get further hate. And instead have people who are like, thanks for acknowledging it. I'm like, wow. They have cultivated a good community here. That's awesome. Good for them. Because that's quite remarkable these days. So yeah, at the closing ceremonies, that's the main thing. Eventful thing. Besides them being like, yeah, we had like 500 people this weekend. We like doubled our people. I'm like, oh yeah, 500. That would be my guess too. So yeah. I just think overall I really liked this con, and I wish that California had more hotel conventions. Cause I don't know. I'm getting kind of tired of like I mean, I like some convention center conventions, and sometimes if they're done really well, they can still feel really like nice and comfy. Like, I still like Fanime, I still like Offkai, I still even like Comic-Con, but sometimes people don't really do convention center conventions in a way where in like a way where you feel not overwhelmed. I feel like, I don't know, how do I even describe this? I think overall, just the small conventions are just nice because there's not as much like over stimulating places, you know? Like the exhibit halls can get pretty chaotic, especially at Comic-Con or AX, and sometimes I think it's really fun, but if the convention is basically just a vendor hall and nothing else, then it gets pretty hard to like be there for a long time. Hi Monch! I'm sorry I'm sorry I'm conflicting with a bunch of your meetings. But yeah, thank you for stopping by and saying hi anyways. Woo! It's just an oomph con. It was an oomph con. I would say that's accurate. Yeah, I guess that was the con for me. It was just cool. Yeah, great time, and shout out to the staff and people who worked really hard, because it felt like it was just a convention with a lot of heart, you know? Yeah, so I recommend. I'll probably try to go back next year. I just wish it wasn't on Halloween weekend because I like Halloween. So afterwards I actually ended up going to the Redondo Pier, which is, I've never been before, but it was just it was right down the street from the hotel convention. And it's such an interesting pier because it's like kind of a triangle sort of shape. One sec. Sorry, my allergies are kind of bad today. It's making me a little stuffed up. Yeah, you should be convinced to go next year, Hamburger Crew. It's fun. Yeah, sorry, Redondo Pier. It's really charming. I liked the layout, was very unique, and there's a lot of really like cool little bars and stores and restaurants. Just had like a really fun vibe. I definitely want to go back. And so I went out to dinner, and at this restaurant that it was like, it felt very like 60s, 70s feeling. Not like, as in it's like mod style or anything. It felt like, how do I describe this restaurant? Very like wood. It felt like you're in like a pirate ship or something, but yeah, just, it was like really fun like vibes in there. There's this amazing seafood place at Redondo Beach. Ooh, what is it called? Overall, it was just like a really like classic feeling restaurant. It's like the kind of restaurant that's kind of a dying breed, where like, you're like, okay, your entree comes with like a soup and a salad and bread and a side and all sorts of stuff. One of those sorts of things, and yeah, it was good. And then afterwards, I actually, of course, we're near Torrance and that area, so there's plenty of cool places to check out. But we went to karaoke, and it was like this small kind of like mom and pop feeling Japanese karaoke place. And I thought it was really nice. The owner seemed really cool, and it had kind of like a bar, and then the karaoke room was in the back. So I went with actually like a pretty large group, which is kind of unusual for me because usually I just go with like a small group of people, because I like going as groups, but I also like to go to karaoke to like sing. And usually if you go with large groups, like people are more screaming than singing, which was the case. It was more screaming than singing. But it was still a vibe. It was really fun, you know. Everyone had like crazy energy. And we sung all sorts of stuff. It was fun. The last song we sung was Hot Dog from the Mickey Mouse Club. It was so fun. Oh, Munch, you're on a 3-stream streak. Welcome. Or thanks for, I say welcome. Congrats. Huge shout out to Chicken Okabe being noticed by Kiara. Oh yeah, the VOD video of the KFP Eurobeat remix. Yeah, the Kiara quote retweet. What? Retweet. Yeah, that was cool. That's so cool. Kiara loves your cool video. She isn't too nice. She's the right amount of nice. What was I even saying? Oh yeah, we sung Mickey Mouse Hot Dog, which I didn't know. I know they had a full version of it, but that was really fun. And then we just kind of hung out in like the bar section for a long time and just talked about VTuber stuff because there's just so much. Goofy movie. Oh my god, I should have sung some Goofy movie songs. I think we ended karaoke part a little sooner than I thought we would. Oh, we also sung, of course, Bakami Tai, which was crazy. Oh my gosh, what else did we... There's so many songs. Yeah. So much fun. It wasn't YouTube karaoke, it was Kara Fun. Kara Fun has a pretty good selection. Yeah, it was cool. It was a good karaoke, and it was so freaking cheap. It was only like $6 a person an hour, which, like, first of all, most places I go charge usually like a range. So the places I go, they'll be really expensive. But you know, this is especially cheap for LA. I was like, wow. And the drinks are pretty good too, and cheap. People who sing Bakami Tai with YouTube version usually see you in the video. But you Bakami Tai with YouTube karaoke. What? You're in the video? You should link the video. Oh, now I'm curious. What's the Burger Coon version? That's crazy. Yeah, it was Bakami Tai karaoke. Oh, hold on, I'm looking that up right now. Okay. Bakami Tai karaoke. Oh my god! No freaking way. Wait, so is Hamburger Karaoke your channel? Wait. Do you have a whole karaoke channel? Oh shit. That's crazy. Whoa. That's a crazy lore drop. Wow, thank you for your service as a karaoke channel, Hamburger Coon. That's so cool. Have I... Oh, I see your VTuber is in like the top right corner of the video. Oh, that's so funny. Oh my gosh. I'll have to look at your Ash Again karaoke. Oh, in red too? Okay. If I ever do a karaoke stream, I'll have to use the Hamburger Coon karaoke channel. Kaze ni nare video. Ooh. It'll be like, Hamburger Coon, I know you. And I'm like, how? And that's because, yeah, your Bakami Tai video is the first one that comes up. Wow. That's crazy. 6 years ago. Wow. That's cool. Well, yeah, I guess that was my US IdolFes experience. It was really fun overall. I'm glad I went, and sorry, oh my god, my allergies are so bad. Ugh. Really glad I went overall, and yeah, I recommend, and thank you US IdolFest staff. I guess before I go, I could also talk about other random stuff that has happened. I mean, well, first of all, in case you missed it, and I have it right down here, I have the new emotes. I finished them. We started last week, and they are usable. And so the wave and the heart are usable by followers, and the other ones are usable by tier 1 subs. I don't have anything for tier 2 subs because I don't have any tier 2 subs, but we have yeah, we have some old ones too. We've had a few ones that are just like really the like scribbly ones. So oh, thank you. Yeah, the scribbly ones, like the smug laugh and the like screaming ones are actually they're based on emotes I made like 2 or 3 years ago just of myself. And then I like modified them to look more Tangy core. And I colored them too. So I've been like using them on Discord for a long time in like another version. And I love them so much that I'm like, I want these for the channel too. So I uploaded those last week. And then the Tangy like scared, I drew that a few I drew that maybe like a year or so ago, in response to something that someone sent me. But yeah, they show my true self. I know. I thought it would be good to have a few like, you know, normal ones like the praying and the heart and the wave and whatever, and then a few like weirdo ones, you know. A few like really unusual ones, just because I like really expressive ones too. You've been using them on other streams. Good. People are like, what is this orange creature that you're in your emote? Yeah, the smug. I have the actually. That was from. I made that originally for like a thumbnail last year. And then the Tangy Happy is, that came from, I originally had a different like rough sheet for Tangy, that I made. I've changed a few things, but it's pretty much accurate. But I had a rough sheet that I didn't finish, and I sent it to some friends, and then they have this like cropped image from the rough sheet. So the Tangy Happy is a cropped image of my rough sheet from a year ago. Yeah. You can thank Charlie and Kira for that one. You love the crying emote? Yeah, I used the crying emote a lot personally, so I needed to have a Tangy crying emote because it's like, it shows an emotion like, I don't know, crying emote is a good emote because it's like, it's like kind of such an overblown emote that like using it's like socially acceptable, you know? It doesn't it's not like a really precise emote. It's a really like, what context are you? It's usually like, oh, I'm sorry, like I can't come today, like I got called to a work meeting, like crying emote, you know. It shows like genuine remorse, but not in like a really I had... What am I talking about? What am I literally talking about right now? Also, hello, sexy moose. Thank you for crying along. Yeah. Yeah, so we have the emotes. Genuine sadness and exaggerated manner. Yes, yes. Exactly. I guess, oh my gosh. I am enjoying this stream because it's been a week, honestly. Yesterday, something very unfortunate happened to me. I was working and you know, there's postal guy at the door and I've been expecting a package. It's the stuff so I can remake little Tangy, because as I've said multiple times, because I'm obsessed with how sad I am, I lost little Tangy at TwitchCon, so I bought all the supplies so I could remake her, but I also bought like a few stuff so I can make some clothes. Then I even bought like a slightly bigger body so I could have her tiny version, and then like a little bigger version. So I bought a bunch of stuff. And I ordered it from Japan. Now, mind you, despite it all, I have not ordered a single thing from Japan, from China, from anywhere overseas since the tariffs started, because I've been way too afraid to. I'm like, I don't want to mess with this. I haven't ordered a single cosplay since then. I haven't done anything. So I'm like, okay, I'm sure it won't be too bad. Like, you know, a month ago we signed a trade deal with Japan and they're saying it's like 15%. And even then, even for the items made in China, like, you know, it seems like it's gone down to a reasonable amount. So I'm like, I'll just pay it. And all this other stuff, some people have like shipped stuff to me from like China for like the off-Kai merch was shipped to me from China, and like the tariffs on that would be like 30 off-Kai Fest stuff. The tariffs on that would be like $30. So I'm like, surely it can't be more than like $20 or $30 if the stuff came from China and it's only that much and it's probably hundreds of dollars. Like, surely. So I go upstairs and it's like from UPS. And the UPS guy was like, you know, you have to pay like duties, right? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, so it's gonna be $161. And I'm just like, what? Why is it $161? Like, you've got to be joking. Why is it that much? How is that even possible? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, this has been happening to people a lot. And by the way, my total cost for everything that I ordered was $87. I didn't order that much. Like, I didn't order like... everything was like small. It was a bunch of like little small items because to make like the little dolls, I just ordered a bunch of different parts, like the face patches and the bodies and the different little fabrics for making the stuff and blah blah blah. So it's like 15 different items that totaled to $87 USD. And that was $22 for shipping. Or like 25. It wasn't ridiculous. So I'm like, how is that possible? And he's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's been happening to people and like you have to pay it because if not, they'll send you to collections. And I'm just like, what? And I'm like, well, I honestly, like, I don't have both of my cards. Like, I can't even pay card right now. And he's like, oh, well, you can't even pay with card. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, it's only check or money order. And I'm like, what? What do you mean it's only check or money order? How is that possible? So I'm just like, okay, can I go see if I have a check? And he's like, okay, if it won't take too long. And I'm like, okay. And so like I run downstairs and I find a check, and then I run back upstairs and I'm like, okay, I have a check. And he's like, okay. And I'm like, who did I make it out to? And he's like, UPS. And yeah, so I literally have never in my life written a check. So it was like $61.94. I've never in my life written a check that needed like cents, you know, because usually when you write checks, it's like a whole dollar amount. So I'm like, I don't even know how to write a cent amount in a check. Usually you pay up tariffs all the time online. Yeah, but they didn't even notify me in advance. And honestly, I don't even think it was an option, because I think part of the issue here was the website I used didn't use a a broker. Oh my gosh, hi! Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, Lynn's Tentacle Raid. Thank you for raiding. And thank you for following. Lynn Graves. Yeah, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. It's... Ooh, oh! From Annie Live. Is it Abe or Abe? From Annie Live. Yeah, welcome. I'm sorry, I was talking about something unfortunate while he came in, so I'll try not to be too much of a... Not Annie Live, Irium. Force a habit. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, now that makes more sense. Irium. Leon's beautiful raid message. I like the tentacle arms. Very cute. Yeah, thank you so much for raiding. I just finished a little bit talking about... Oh, actually, sorry. I keep forgetting I should introduce myself to raiders. I don't have the habit yet. I'm Tangy the Turtle Friend. I am a orange turtle, and I am the former mascot of an orange soda brand that went out of business in the 90s because the soda was actually toxic. Yeah, I debuted on Irium. Yeah, not a Ninja Turtle. Not a Ninja Turtle. I debuted on Sunday. Yeah, and I will stream again. I really enjoyed my Irium journey. Very awesome. Yeah, thank you. Thank you all for the warm welcome. I was just telling everyone how awesome Irium was and how everyone was so welcoming and engaged and stuff. It was really cool. So yeah, thank you. I had finished talking about my US IdolFes experience and Irium debut, and I was just talking about what happened to me yesterday with UPS. Was it yesterday or was it Monday? Hold on. I think it's yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. My experience with tariffs and UPS. So, oh my gosh, where was I? Anyway, so yeah, so I was basically being extorted by UPS. Now, don't get me wrong, like the delivery guy was nice. He was very nice and he was very apologetic, like genuinely. And he was like helping me figure out how to write the check with the sent amount. I think I even wasted a check because I was just like, oh, how do I do this? Yeah, I do enjoy streaming on Irium. Thank you. I don't have cool looking checks. I literally write checks so infrequently that my checks are the ones they gave me years and years and years ago. I think when I like opened the account, these checks are really, really old. But now I'm like down to one more because I wasted 2 of them on this experience. Now I probably have to order more. The last wrote a check 10 years ago. Only use checks buying a car or paying the IRS. Yeah. God. You get a Tangy signature on a check? Write me a check and then you'll get a Tangy signature. I'm just kidding. No. I should have signed your... I gave you a card, like a trading card at Offkai, but I should have signed it. People didn't ask me to sign them until later, so I didn't even realize, yeah. Oh no, the Irium app isn't available in your country? That stinks. Hopefully soon it will be. But also, yeah, nice to meet you, Leon. I still stream here on Twitch, so if you can't catch me on Irium, I still stream at least once a week. Hopefully eventually twice a week here on Twitch. A check of $1. I mean, you know, anything helps to my UPS tariff fund. Checkies, same thing, right? So basically I write the check for $161. And I'm like, I don't know how this is legal. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, can I get a receipt, please? And he's like, oh, we can't write receipts. And I'm just like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, we don't have the ability to print receipts. And I'm like, what do you mean? How? And he was like, yeah. I'm like, you can't email it to me? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay. It's like, if it would make you feel better, you can take a picture of the check with the box. And I'm like, okay. So I did. I'm just like, what is happening here? Like, yeah, it freaking sucked. I'm still so confused. I've ordered so much stuff from UPS and they've always required me to pay online. They tried to deliver it. I think the seller I bought from didn't really give a crap about trying to make things not a nightmare for US customers. So, I don't know, because the original carrier was like Sagawaya or something like that. Then it like transferred to UPS, so I'm just like, this is a nightmare. So I'm trying to get a brokerage invoice, like so I can figure out how did this cost so much. So I spend like 2 hours I call UPS and I'm like, okay, so can I get an invoice for my the tariffs? And they're like, oh, let me transfer you to the international department. And they transfer me to the international department. I'm like, okay, can I get a receipt for the import fees? And they're like, let me transfer you to the brokerage department. I'm like, okay. So then I'm like literally waiting for like 45 minutes for the brokerage department. And then finally I'm just like, they're like, oh, press 3 if you need like a receipt for your import thing. And I'm like, okay. So then he's like, okay, yeah, we can do that. It takes 2 to 3 weeks after it's shipped. And I'm like, 2 to 3 weeks? And he's like, yeah, so you'll probably get it like next week or the week after. And I'm just like, you people, like, how hard is it to just send this to me, man? Like, it felt like it just kept getting worse and worse. Then I look online and, yeah, just, guys, be freaking careful who you import from. Hi, Ronnie. Oh my gosh, you woke up. What time is it in Europe right now? I'm looking it up. Oh my gosh, it's almost 6 a.m. for you. Wowee. Well, thanks for being awake right now and coming to hang out. Woo! I was just talking about how I live in an American hellscape. I look up later and there's like a Reddit post from this guy who's like, crazy import fees while using UPS. And then I realized I think the problem wasn't the tariffs. I think the problem was the UPS brokerage fees. So because the seller didn't arrange to have like a proper broker, it defaulted to UPS, who can basically just charge whatever the hell they want. So they have all sorts of like insane brokerage fees, including when I looked on their website, after the first 3 lines, they charge you a fee for every additional item that has a line in the import form. And you know how I mentioned earlier how I had a bunch of little things that amounted to $87? Well, yeah, it's because there was like 20 little items. And I think if I had to guess, and I don't know because I still don't have the forms, I think UPS charged me a ton of money just because there was a bunch of little tiny like $2 items in the package. So yeah, that's the story of how I paid basically 200% tariffs and brokerage fees so that I could make a new little Tangy. So that will probably be the last time I order stuff from other countries in a very long time. Please, somebody bring back de minimis. I'm begging you. Because now it's not just the tariffs, but it's like shipping companies literally taking advantage of us. Over there now being import fees on everything. And I think it's super scummy. So I was really mad. I was like, UPS, you took advantage of me. You're taking advantage of people. Like, that's so messed up. Like, screw you, UPS. And then later, well, this is kind of sad, actually. Later I find out that while I was on the phone with the guy, like, asking for the import forms, in Tennessee, there was literally a plane, a UPS plane that like caught fire and crashed and killed like several people. And I was like, what is this weird timing? Like, that's so sad. But I also felt like kind of insane. I was like, like, curse you, UPS. And then like something terrible happened with one of their planes. And I was like, oh God, I hope I didn't just accidentally perform like witchcraft or something. And man, that's like really sad. Just uncanny timing, man. Paying those extra fees is always a pain. I never have money at home when I get a package from another country and they want like 20 euros for a small package and they don't accept PayPal or credit card. Oh, yeah, I know, like I know the de minimis thing basically for a long time, like, Americans have actually been really lucky with the de minimis exemption. Because, like, that's been a thing in, like, Europe and other countries for a long time. Like, not the exemption, but that there is no exemption, right? Yeah, so now we're kind of feeling, like, the pain. But then also it's, like, we have this extra thing where, like, our shipping companies are just willing to take advantage of people. And then on top of that, like, the president keeps changing the tariffs every like 5 seconds, which makes it so stressful. I promise I did not kill those people, Kira. It was just a crazy coincidence, I swear. Ah. Oh yeah, wait, so wasn't it 3? Did it really go up to 12 already? That's so sad. Well, anyways, that was my Tuesday. I don't usually talk about mishaps or like bad stuff on stream too much, but it was kind of amusing and I also kind of wanted to, well, not at the time, but it was an interesting story and I wanted to warn people. So yeah, that is unfortunately the reality of, because I was gonna be like, oh, like if you want to make your own little doll, like you can order it from this website. I'm not gonna do that now. I don't want it to happen to other people, you know? It's like if you're gonna buy stuff from this craft shop where I got the supplies, like, you know, you should just I don't know, you just have to go buy them in Japan. Yeah. Wish I just waited till next time I go, which I don't know when that will be, but you know, probably at that rate I could have been a quarter of the way to Japan with that money. But yeah, I feel like I'm still feeling like something happened on Thursday that I forgot about, but I don't know. Chaotic. Well, anyways, this weekend, because I'm insane, I'm going to AXGB and don't know what I'm gonna do there, to be honest. I just know there's like maybe a few friends going, but then like half of the people are going to Anime Pasadena, so it's really split. And I kind of wish I had booked for there, just because then I could have tried to go to the PS section at the PS session at the Maid Cafe, but unfortunately I already had the reservations to go to Chibi, so I will be there at Chibi, and I don't know if I'm gonna cosplay yet, but I will still try to stream on Irium either way. Oh, you're gonna be there too, Brian? Yes, I'm sure I'll see you around. If you're gonna be with the robots, you're pretty easy to spot. But yeah, probably besides, you know, Irium stream this weekend, my next Twitch stream will be next week, probably Monday or Tuesday night, or maybe Wednesday. One of those days. I want to keep to my goal of at least one stream a week. Yeah, a lot of people are going to Chibi for like, they have like raves and stuff. Like, oh, Ronnie, thank you for... why is my alert box so messed up? It just, now it says, it's Ronnie is now. And then I don't know. I need to fix my alert box. Let's see. Well, thank you. Okay, I see now. Okay, thank you for the follow, Ronnie. Woohoo! Yeah, they have like a rave. They have the Senpai Squad rave on Saturday, and then they have the the We Touch Grass rave on Friday night. Ronnie is now redacted. I need to fix my alert box. Wait, are there two Ronnies? Wait, what's happening? We have Ronnie, and then we have Ronnie. Is it Roni or Ronnie? Which Ronnie is it? Oh, Roni or Ronnie? Oh my gosh! Or is this a Ronnie Shadow account? What's happening? Or is this just a crazy coincidence? Is my week just gonna be full of insane coincidences? Well, I don't know if this is quite as crazy of a coincidence. You came from the raid. Oh, so you've just been there the whole time, silently watching as I talk about... Oh, so you're fine. No, you're fine. I'm just teasing you. Yeah. Thanks for staying. Thanks for staying from the rave. I hope you've liked your stay. My goodness. What am I even talking about? Well, I guess I'm out of stuff to talk about, really. You know? And I guess that includes my presentation. Any questions, comments, or concerns? How am I? I'm good. I'm doing fine. It's been, you know, a chaotic week, but it's not the worst. It's fine. Just been working a lot over the last 2 days because I'm trying to get a big project done as much as possible before tomorrow. So actually after the stream ends, I want to keep working on that big project for like a few hours because I'm crazy, and also because I woke up late, so I don't really have a choice. I need to fix my sleep schedule. Maybe one day. I kind of did, but then it got broken again. Actually, I really can't sleep in tomorrow because I have a meeting. I have meetings in the morning. Ooh. Oatsmate, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Tangy Club. There's the Tangy Club, and then if you... Okay, I think this is what I've decided literally right now. So if you follow, you're in the Tangy Club. If you sub, you're in the Tangy team. If I don't think no one's there's no benefit to being tier 2, but if you hypothetically were insane and decide to be tier 2 for some reason, you would be a tanky lover. And then if you decide to be a tier 3, you'd be a tanky hater. So I don't know. I'm just like, I have to put something here, so I'm just silly. I'm just silly. Yeah. Well, I think I'll probably end it soon. Let me check and see if there's anyone I know streaming to raid, but I'm not sure. How do I do this? Back to Twitch. Oh yes. Okay, Big Ham is streaming, so now we can get her back with a raid. What if you're a Tangy VIP? Like if you're tier 3, that makes sense. That makes more sense than Tangy hater. Okay, well, I'm gonna end the stream and I'm going to send you all to Big Ham. She raided us last week and she is a large Big Ham is a large hamster. And she is a very talented rigger and 3D artist. And if you've ever seen Nimi's starting stream with the little 3D tape you're walking, Big Ham made that. So let's go bother her. Okay, all right, I am going to figure out how to set that up real quick because I'm still a Twitch noob, unfortunately. Let's see. Manage stream, and now we're gonna figure out how to raid. Raid channel, okay. Big Ham. Oh, is this a interesting game she's playing? Okay, I'm queuing up Big Ham. For raiding, we're gonna do the same as last week. Yeah, tanky raid. Copy what Kira said. But yeah, I will sign off here. Thank you all for coming and listening to me talk about nothing for like 2 hours. If you were lurking, thank you for lurking. If you're commenting, thanks for commenting. And yeah, thank you for your time. And now we're gonna raid Big Ham. Yes, thank you everyone. Okay, starting raid and wait, why can't I raid Big Ham? Gah! No! Wait, let me raid Big Ham. Oh no, that's so embarrassing! Oh, fudge. Oh no. Oh no. That's so awkward. I'm so sorry, Big Ham, for that. Okay, well. Okay, well, anyways, I'm gonna go die now. It's okay, we'll get him next time. Okay. Thanks anyways. Thank you anyways, everyone. We're just not gonna raid, I guess. Okay, well. Oh, Soldier A, you're the lurker. So I'm just now seeing this because I was distracted by dying. Pangy? Wait, Pangy's streaming? Hold on. Do I not follow Pangy for some reason? Oh my gosh. Wait, okay, let me attempt to raid Pangy. Hold on, let me figure this out real quick. I hope people are still here. Oh. Okay, sorry everyone. Thank you for bearing with me. Okay, let's try to raid Tangy then. Tangy underscore time. Queuing up Tangy underscore time. Okay, let's start that. Let's do this. Okay, thank you everyone. Guys, we're gonna raid Tangy time. I hope that's okay. Okay. Okay, Otsu Tangy. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye.